All right, so it's Doc. I'm that guy that tried all these things over the years. I find out what works, what doesn't work, and I want to share with you what I learned so that way you don't have to go through the same learning curve. So today we're going to talk about the 3 types of cameras that you should probably try to get to grow your content creation and YouTube channel. I'm going to jump right to it. The first one is this one. So it's your smartphone. And most people start here. Your smartphone is going to have everything you need in it. And you know what the saying is? The best camera that you have is the one that you have on you. And these days, we always have our smartphones on us. We always are there. You double click that power button and you can shoot. So there are some pros and cons to each one. Now with the smartphone, it's really easy to use. The phone itself does all of the calculations for you. You put it in automatic, hit record, and it's going to look good. Just make sure to go into your settings and turn them up to 4K. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Try to record as high of quality as you can. So let me explain that really quick. Many people will tell you just record in 1080. It saves space. And I'm gonna tell you why that's not good. Because on YouTube, most people nowadays, they consume stuff on your TV. They're starting to do that. And video content looks terrible in 1080 on a big widescreen TV. It just doesn't look that good. So you want to be as high as you can get, because when you upload this stuff to YouTube, they're going to crush it right on down, and then it's going to look worse than it does on your camera. So always at least record in 4K. And then if you are just starting out and you don't have like a whole PC set up or a Mac or whatever, you can edit and upload directly from your phone. Use something like CapCut or just any other type of editor, and it works. Everything is in one. So starting off with your phone is good, especially if you're doing vlogs. But there are some downsides to using your phone that I think you need to know about. And here they are. So the first one is the storage space. Now back in the day, back in my day. So yeah, back in the day, we could expand the storage of our smartphones with SD cards. These days, you can't do that. So if you have not purchased the terabyte or the 512 on your phone, you might run out of space. You have to quickly transfer things off and do things with it. So that is definitely a con, because you don't want to run out of space while you are in the middle of recording. That could be very bad. The thing about a smartphone is that it's versatile. It does many different things, and that's the downfall. If you're recording and you get a phone call or a text message and it may stop recording, or God forbid you drop it and something happens, it's over with. It's over, because not only you've lost your lifeline to the outside world, and your camera. The key is just to get started. Just get started. So just pull out that phone, record your vlog, whatever you want to do, and watch it. Be comfortable with seeing yourself. And then you can slowly start to do more and get it out there. Now, you do need some additional things to make this work. Like, I like this grip from Tellison. I got a review for this on my channel in case you want to watch it. But it turns it, look, now you can hold this and you can shoot video. Or if you're doing vertical video, look, you can easily hold this and see yourself. It's perfect. And you also need microphones and all, but you know what? I think I'll save the mics for the next video. Okay, and here's something else. Don't let these people fool you. They will tell you, oh, you need to buy an Apple phone. You need to shoot because Apple has the best this or that. And you know what? I don't think that's true. I think modern smartphones are really all the same. Some have strengths in one thing, some have strengths in another. But the truth is, use what you have. Use what you have and what you're comfortable with using. If you have an Android phone and do that, perfect, use it. If you have an Apple phone, use that. I really don't care. Just have something. I'm saying this to you. Don't chase after what a certain type of phone. Because guess what? When I watch your video, I can't tell what type of phone you use to record it. All I care about is seeing you and what you have to say. The phone is not even important. And let me tell you what happened. When I started doing vlogs and things like that, I used my phone. I did. And then I slowly wanted more. I wanted to get more. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Plus, I was scared to drop it because I spent so much money on it and I was not trying to replace it. So here is what you need. This. There you go. Hold on. There you go. So this is the DJI Action 6, but I'm going to say just an action camera by itself. Action cameras are very good for vlogging and content creation. Listen, they can do 4K. This one can do 8K. They have stabilization built in. So like if you're walking, it's not bouncing all around, horizon leveling. And they're very durable. Like I can put this camera underwater and it'll still work. No problem. It's made for that. Plus, the microphones up close on this thing is really good. So you don't even need an external mic. You just have it within arm's distance of you and you're recording your vlog or whatever, and it does just fine. The advantage that this has over the smartphone is the storage options. Because with this, I can include my own storage in here. So I can buy as big of SD card as I want. Like in this one, I think I got a 256 card. Plus it has built-in storage on top of that. So I have enough room on here to make videos as long as I want. And when it starts to get full, I just transfer them to my computer or delete them and keep on moving. The size and accessories for this is the best. It's very small. So if you're starting to vlog or do things and you're out in public and you don't feel comfortable, well, this is a small camera. People are not going to think you're doing all kind of crazy things. They're not even going to notice you. Here's the cons to an action camera. There is a learning curve to this. Some people say you can just point and shoot and go. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, what I did when I got my first action camera is I didn't realize how much light this thing required to look good. It requires a lot of light. So for instance, if I'm going out in broad daylight in the summer, this is perfect. You cannot beat the picture. But if it's low light or it's dim, then it's not going to look as good. Now, some of the newer action cameras have super night mode or night mode, anything like that, and they look a lot better. But you still have to know how to do it. The cost. You can get, I buy refurbished items all the time. Now, I bought this new, but I usually buy refurbished. Like my first action camera, the Action 3 was refurbished. $150. Done. Or even now you can get one that's maybe a generation before, like the Action 5 or 4, $200, and you are set. What kind should you buy? I'm not spending your money. That is up to you. Whichever one you get, you can make it work, because all three of them have excellent picture quality. Now, I think GoPro has the best picture quality. I'm not going to lie. GoPros look good, but they have downfalls and other things. DJI, which I'm a fan of, they have the apps and all of the things I love. Insta360 is out and around. Those look awesome also. So you can't go wrong with any one of them. You just have to get it and learn it and start making content with it. That's all. Oh, okay. Now here is a runner-up. This is my favorite camera. So this one, now this is, oh, there it is. Okay, now we can see it. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is one of the best cameras I've ever owned. Still learning curve, like the action camera, but this one has a bigger sensor. The pictures look way better, and it's small. It is small, and what comes out of this is absolutely stupendous. So any one of these two, now you'll save money if you get a regular action camera, which that's what I suggest for a lot of people, just because of the durability. Because if you drop this, it may break and then you're stuck. But with this one, I can, like I said, underwater, I can throw it around, leave it outside. Matter of fact, I just shot something in the rain today with this. Okay, so let's finish this thing up. The third camera is this one, a mirrorless camera. Now, this is a Canon M6 Mark II. This camera is probably about 5 years old. I bought it refurbished, and when I got this years ago, I think I spent about $500 or $600 on it, maybe $7. I don't know, but now you can get it a lot cheaper. This does 4K. It has clean HDMI out, so if you want to live stream with this, you can hook it and you won't see all the gobbledygook on the screen. 32 megapixel sensor in here. Pictures are phenomenal. This thing is the best. Pros of using a mirrorless camera. Well, the picture looks better. The image is light years better than both of those things combined. but there is a learning curve. You have to learn about your settings, what does what, how that works. And you have to get lenses. Lenses is what make this work. But the product you get out of it, the smartphone and the action camera cannot match. It can't. It just can't. Refurbished 17 to 40 millimeter lens, refurbished body right here. The versatility of this is unmatched because now I can take different types of shots. I can do wide angle things if I want to. I can position the camera further away because if I have a certain type of lens, it's going to look better up close. I can get the bokeh that I like, so that's with the blurry background. I have lots of different choices. Let me tell you a story. When I first started and I was searching around trying to figure out what to buy, because I started making content, I was using my phone, and it just wouldn't cut it. I just couldn't quite get what I wanted. So I tried to figure out what camera to buy. And that was a whole ordeal. It was. All of the gurus, now this was back in like 2019, I guess. But they would say, yeah, buy a Sony camera. Sony's look the best. The color is this and that. Or they would say, buy Canon because the colors on Canon and the autofocus is the best. I didn't know what to do. They taught a bunch of things that I did not understand. This is my advice to you. It does not even matter. Canon, Fuji, Panasonic, Sony. It doesn't matter. Get what you can afford and make that work. These are the things that you want. You want it to be able to do 4K video. If you plan on live streaming, you want something with clean HDMI out. They all work and they all look good. Don't listen to those people. Get what you can afford and make that work. Learn your camera and make it work. That's what I did. All right, so let's recap. These are the 3 cameras that you need to add to your arsenal over time to have a complete setup. Start with your phone because you have it. Because the key is to start making the content. Don't focus on what's best and all this and that. That's wasting your time. You got to get out there and do some reps. You need to focus on what you're going to say, how you're going to look. Do you feel comfortable with yourself? Once you get those things mastered, then you can worry about the equipment and that'll come later. But start with that phone. Next, if you want to upgrade from there, you can either get the action camera or go straight to the mirrorless camera. But if you're vlogging, I suggest the action camera. If you're doing in-studio work, get the mirrorless. And once you have those cameras in your arsenal, all you have to do is learn how to use them. You'll find more creative ways to do all of these things, and you'll be able to produce things that you never thought you could see before. I use all 3 of these cameras at any point in time. When I leave the studio, I use my action camera or my Pocket 3, and at the same time, I use my phone. I take B-roll with this, and it is one of the best things that I ever had because I don't have to sit and think about it. I think in the next video, I need to talk about sound because sound is one of the most important parts of video. Because if something sounds bad, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it at all. So yeah, we'll talk about microphones and stuff in the next one. But for now, that's it for the cameras. If you got questions about any of this stuff, leave me a comment below. And if you got some value out of this and you watched it up to this point, throw me a like. I would appreciate it. Really help the channel out a whole lot. So that's it for me. You know how this go. I love you. God loves you too. Have a blessed day.